Welcome to another installment of Amerex Connections podcast. It's our podcast where we are introducing our Amerex professionals to professionals in the industry field. Today we are talking with Chris Nichols, and Chris has recently joined us as the head of our aviation sales, but is also head of our international sales. Welcome, Chris, and tell us a little bit about yourself.
Thank you, David. Yes, I've been with the corporation for 19 years, and most recently, as you said, involved on the international side. And then last year, we relaunched our aviation program, which we're talking about today with the BrX extinguishers. And then we have a team doing that, and then we have another team most recently on the defense side that also does quite a bit of aviation work here at Amerex.
Fantastic. If I could back up for just a second, you just mentioned Halon and the BrX.
Yes.
What is it what was the impetus that made Amerex look at that and decide, okay, it's time to go in a different direction?
Yeah, well, we actually studied the halon replacement, halon being a ozone depleting material that has a Montreal Protocol had effectively banned the further production of halon around the world, and we needed a replacement agent for it. We developed in 2009 the very first BrX extinguisher, which is a clean agent, non-ozone depleting, and it is FAA approved and EPA approved as an onboard firefighting agent to replace halon. And we therefore have always known about it. We had developed the very first extinguisher ourselves way back when. And then we began gradually introducing it into the market. And again, last year we came out with our fifth BrX model design, and we have been really pushing it hard ever since.
That's fantastic. That's really forward thinking too, that Amerex would come up with a replacement even though there's a legacy product still in place there.
Yeah. Well, it's a highly specified industry, obviously, aviation, and those that are in it, highly engineered. We spend a lot of time talking not only about the product, but about the bracket that fits around the extinguisher. We do a lot of custom service work for our aircraft, fixed wing and rotary aircraft, helicopters, designing fits for our brackets and working with them in their design work on the interior of the cabin space to fit that extinguisher right where it needs to go.
Okay, fantastic. If I could, let's talk about that just a little bit more. What is it specifically about the BrX that makes it so unique as a replacement?
Yeah, well, for starters, the Amerex BrX unit, we are the actual manufacturers of it. They're made about 50 yards behind us in the factory. We design them here, we build them here, we make them here. They're made in Alabama, as we like to say. We are very proud of that, and we have a lot of control over the manufacturing of them. And we have designed, again, 5 different units. And to your question, what makes us unique is the fact that we have 5 different sizes, 3 different ratings, and 5 different models. So we pretty much have everything that anyone would ever need, whether it's a small propeller aircraft or a large 747, 787, Airbus A350, including in the military range. We have something for everyone, which is pretty neat. We make a lot of what we call unicorns, which is one of our colleagues, Nancy, came up with that term. It's very accurate. We make a lot of products that no one else can make and that no one else has. 3 of the 5 that we make are not matched in the marketplace, and therefore we're very proud about those types of innovations and product development that we've done.
Sounds like it's not just a matter of simply checking off the boxes, but really kind of redefining the game as we're moving forward.
Exactly. The marketplace is such that the European market has mandated a replacement of all onboard halon fire extinguishers by the end of this year, 2025. So on January 1st, it will be effectively mandated and required to have a non-halon BrX unit, which is the only agent that has been actually approved by the European version of the FAA. It's called EASA. And we have that deadline in front of us, and a lot of activity obviously in Europe, but also here in the States and in Canada and Central and South America and Asia. people wanting to switch out of Halon and put these units on their aircraft.
Okay. Well, to that same point, what about the sustainability of the BRX going forward? What's the future of that look like?
Yeah, as we mentioned earlier, it's it is the most friendly non-ozone depleting agent on the market in this space, and it's essentially it has a atmospheric life of 7 days, which is pretty ironic because Halon is 22 years. If we were to discharge a Halon unit, that's how long it would be in the atmosphere, as opposed to this little guy right here, which would be 7 days. This being one of our unicorns, that happens to be the smallest and lightest weight fire extinguisher currently approved to go on aircraft today for a small plane or a helicopter, for example.
Right. Yeah, I could see especially on aircraft where space is at a premium, you definitely, size is definitely going to be a huge factor in that.
Oh yeah, size and weight. And however, we do have a number of customers that prefer having both aircraft manufacturers that prefer having a hose that they can point inside the aircraft, for example, at a fire underneath a cabin seat. We happen to be the only manufacturer in this space that actually has a hose on the extinguisher. We have 2 models with hoses, which is a little more difficult to get through an approval process, but which we have been doing for a long time, so we know how to do that.
Excellent. That's fantastic. Now, you had mentioned Europe just a few minutes ago.
Yeah.
What's the adaptation of BRX in the European market been looking like?
It's been coming for some time. So a lot of the Europeans in the aviation space have been preparing for this and designing their planes around a replacement already. And again, but there's a big rush this year for sure to have these replaced on their aircraft before the end of the year of this year, which is really not a lot of time. So we are very busy both on the talking to customers, working on the design side to set that up so that we can supply them with their needs. And they're very busy in their hangars and in their repair spaces and in the cabin safety environment, going through a pretty substantial replacement program this year.
Good, good. Well, Chris, thank you very much for your time today. And that is our conclusion today. I certainly do appreciate you joining us.
Thank you, David. Been a pleasure.